Hey, TV Club, welcome to another episode of TV I Say, a very special episode because we're shooting in Chicago. We're in Chicago for these next few weeks. My home, the place that I honestly love most. I am so excited to be here. We're going to be looking at Riot Fest. We're going to be talking to some amazing Chicago talent. But today, we're getting into the Emmys. We're getting into it because I have so much to say. And not just that, I have an expert here, a 5-time Emmy winner, Ali Barthwell.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. Ali is my guest, a writer for Last Week Tonight, who has also been on the pod before. You know her TV club. I am so glad that you are here. And so is her Emmy.
I brought some hardware.
We
brought some hardware for the
show. You're fifth, so
yes.
As Ashley, my on-air producer, said, it is very shiny.
Yes, they're very shiny. They're very gold. They're very heavy.
It is very heavy, and it comes in this
I like to say it's like a coffin for an iguana.
Yes.
Like it's silk lined. It has a little cutout. It fits right in. But at the end they give it to you sort of like kind of in the middle of the night, like when you're leaving the governor's ball. So you're at one of your most sweaty, feet tired points of the evening. And it has no handles. It's just a giant box. So we actually, this is a tip if you're ever going.
Yeah.
My boyfriend's mom, the first year that I won, we went to Las Vegas and we were visiting my boyfriend's family. And we were like, do you have anything we can take this through the airport? Because the first year that I won, we went to the hotel and we were like, do you please have a bag that we can take this out? And they were like, we can give you a garbage bag and like tie it up for you. So my boyfriend's mom.
Did you put your first Emmy in a garbage bag?
Oh, yes, we did, to carry it through LAX. But my boyfriend's mom she worked at a doctor's office. So they had all these like medical supply delivery bags. So she was like, I have one that will fit perfectly. And it fits the box perfectly.
Wow.
And I've brought it every year. It hasn't been like a jinx. I've brought it every year, but it's like, and it's one of those things where like my coworkers see me with it and they're like, how do you have a bag that perfectly fits the box the Emmy goes in? And I'm like, because I need to carry this through the airport.
Because when you're on number 5,
yes,
you just kind of pick up these things.
Exactly. You just pick up these little tips and tricks.
So this year's Emmy is hosted by Nate Bargatze. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get into all it. So I
saw on Twitter. It was controversial. That's all I know.
So I feel like when he was chosen, people were excited, and I will say I was not. I will say I was one of the people who went, I'm not sure about this.
Yes.
I've seen him on SNL. He is solid if you have, the cards right in front of him, his monologues. He's a comic. He's a stand-up.
It's going to be
always
good.
Great with improv. You need that for hosting. So I was like, hey, I like him. I'm going to have faith. And I think for those of us watching at home, I'm not as mean as the people saying he was the worst host ever.
No, no.
Has he read words before?
No.
Or has he ever been in front of a camera? That, I disagree.
Yes.
But it was clear to me that maybe he wasn't as comfortable in the room. Like he didn't, it just seemed like he was a little like, what's going on? Oh no.
It was, so my thing is like the first sketch where he was doing the like George Washington from SNL kind of riff about the inventor of television. Like when we sort of in the audience realized like, oh, that's what they're doing. It was like, oh my gosh, fun. Yes. Something different, a sketch. This is something we know is like consistently funny. Great. And that went really well, played really well. A very funny line is they had some line about like, the executives, like there will be producers and there will be executives, and you heard like a chorus of clearly executives in the back like cheering for themselves.
Yeah.
So I were like, that was weird.
They played to the room. Yeah.
Played to the room. But so it was very funny. Everyone really liked it. And then when he came out to introduce the countdown bit, which I'm sure we're going to talk about, and as he did like other bits through the night, it was like he played really funny in the room. People were laughing. Like it was not like a groan fest or didn't feel awkward in the room.
Yeah.
There were a couple things that like the camera was doing something. So like if you're in the audience watching the screen, you might laugh because they showed someone and like cut. That was one of the first. That was like the first one where it looked like he didn't know it was happening.
Yeah, and he was like, "What's going on?" And then
Right.
people on Twitter were making fun of him. They're like, "Wow, what a great joke he made to recover from that moment," because he was just like, "What?"
Well, it was a thing where it was like they showed someone in the audience, and I forget who it was, but they like had no reaction.
Yeah, I think he had mentioned Tina Fey, and then they cut to Tremel Tillman from Severance
and he
or
was
something.
just sitting quietly listening,
Yeah.
and then the other thing was. Like, I like Nate Bargatze. I've seen his stand-up specials. I think he's very funny. He is like, I get what he's trying to do. Yeah. Clean, family-friendly, observational, super funny. And I think he's not good on prompter, on like a teleprompter. And like, that is its own weird skill. Yes. And if you're not doing it constantly, it's really hard to like pick up for maybe like the first or second or third time when you're hosting an award show. Yeah. So there were things where it was clearly just like, oh, they maybe had to load something in really fast, or like he didn't read it all the way through, or they, like, so it was definitely, you could tell he was more casual. Yeah. And like laid back and chill, but it was a thing where like everyone I talked to all night was like, he was funny. That was really fun. Like that was a fun host. So I think like other types of hosts are very like sharp and prepared, especially like I think in the last couple years of like Nikki Glaser at the Golden Globes, Conan at the Oscars, like we've seen what like a polished, sharp, very live TV ready, very joke heavy stand-up can do, or comedian can do as a host. And I just think Nate Bargatze wasn't that, but he was good.
He was good. He was better than Joe Coy.
Yes. Oh,
who was torn apart, and kind of rightfully so. I did not think and I thought Nate did better than that.
Yeah.
And it did, like, I saw so many people posting, like, no, in the room it played so much better. Like, I was there. Like, look at this clip. Like, everybody loved him. And I think it really was just at home, because so much of what he was doing depended on the boy and girl club counter. It just made everything he was doing annoying, because I was like, well, then you stop talking. You stop talking and let the winner talk.
Yes. Yeah. The other thing that I will say that made a really big difference that I've seen now, seeing clips and people talking about watching the show, is the money counter. We could not see it in the audience the whole time for like the whole speech. Oh. So I think when people were watching at home, the second someone's speech would start, the money counter would come up.
Yeah.
And so for us, we didn't have anything like the money counter on the screens. It was just the actor or the director. And then from where I was sitting, I could like turn and see the countdown. And then once you ran out of time and they flashed wrap it up a couple times, the money counter appeared on a screen that only the person on stage could see.
Oh.
So we couldn't see, and then we would only get the updates of what the counter was doing when he would come out and be like, here's where the counter's at. So we only saw it when he was like, let's see the result, and then he would make a joke about it.
I feel like that's such a better way to do it.
Yes, it was not like, because I saw, I think the clip of Hannah Einbinder, and it's like in the corner next to her, like right here.
And like they're saying this important stuff, and like I think it's Catherine, I can't remember her last name, from the Pitt.
Lanessa.
And she's like thanking the nurses who helped her when she had cancer, and you're like, do we really need to have this
timer here?
Is this really
right? And it was like a very funny bit. And again, everyone laughed when it was introduced, and we were like, oh my God, how, like, this is so funny and unique. Like, this will be great. But we couldn't see it the whole time. So it was like a periodic reminder when he would come out and be like, oh, it's down to 89,000. Or like when it went down into the negative, that was like a shock, because it came up. We were like, oh, who knows what the money counter's at? And then that was like that got a big laugh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if we could see it the whole night, that would have been a lot worse. Yeah. So that definitely, I was actually talking to Catherine Lanassa. She was at our hotel. And I saw her the next day, and she was like, yeah, people didn't seem to like the counter. Like and other people that I talked to all night were like, yeah, that was like, that's a funny bit. Like that.
Yeah.
We all were like,
see, now I think it would have been so much funner if he had come out and been like, Oh, thanks to the cast of the Pitt for costing us $20K.
Yes.
Instead of it seeming so directed at winners. It
Yes, right.
Yeah. Everyone's like, this is why we watch, to hear them, not to hear the jokes.
Right. And I think some of the like presenter like introductions of categories also they felt long.
Yeah.
Or they were just like, oh, it's the same joke maybe a couple of times. So I think people were also like, well, make the presenter shorter and then let the winners go longer. But like that 45 seconds, like that, they tell you that in advance. That's what we knew that going into our award. You have 45 seconds, whatever your speech is, it has to be 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Like you know that going in.
So yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. I like that you brought up the presenters. I don't know. I just didn't feel like they really did anything special. I know they wanted to do like celebrating some shows like Gilmore Girls and
Law and Order,
which I was like, haven't we done that? Haven't they celebrated Law and Order like at every Emmys? I feel like?
And they did the theme song of the Golden Girls with Reba. That I was just like, oh my God, Reba.
Yeah, I loved that. I was like, amazing. Yeah. But I was also like, have we not done that? Have they not? Is this, we're just doing Golden Girls?
Right, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I also sort of felt like, okay, you have a host that clearly like is good at like sketch comedy. Just do more sketches. Like just do more live sketches. And I think that would have felt really different.
Yeah.
Especially like that, the awards are on CBS. They don't really they're not going to have a late night show shortly. So like take advantage of maybe some sketches or some other like CBS-y,
like you finally have a shot to run some funny clips on your socials and
exactly,
not just Matlock, which is great. I love Matlock.
Yeah. But it was definitely, I think it ended up feeling in the room like other shows that I had gone to, other Emmys that I had gone to. And for people at home, I think it did not have that same feeling. Yeah.
It just felt, I don't know, just annoying. And I think most people watching were like, at some point, I don't even care about the Boys and Girls Club. Like, who cares?
Right. And I remember sitting there when they introduced it of like, oh, they're going to figure out a way to give them money anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's just a silly bit. Like it's just, and, John Oliver and Daniel O'Brien, who did the speech for our category, like, when they realized what was happening, like purposely went short. So it would have been nice if there were some people that maybe like won a couple times in the night, like could have really taken advantage of that and like had a 1 second speech or like a 5 second speech and just like again, like my comedy brain is thinking some variety.
Yeah, mix it up.
Yeah, so that, when you had the winner, the young actor that's in adolescence, so he doesn't feel rushed or pressure. He is come on. He was just a regular kid.
Yeah, like he said 3 years ago, he was nothing.
I was just 12.
Just a 12-year-old nothing.
Yeah, we all were like, oh no, you're a boy. Yeah. Like 3 years ago is a fifth of your lifetime.
I very much got canceled on Twitter for saying, you were just 12, baby. That's okay. No 12-year-old is anything.
Right. That you're 12 years old.
Yes. No 12-year-old needs to be something.
You're just a person. You're not at 15. You're still just
a person. Like you're going to achieve more than this. Right. I promise you it's just the beginning. But I do think he had the best speech of the night for me because that was just so adorable.
That speech was great. Tramel's speech was great. Yeah, I think those were the two that really stood out for me.
And Jeff Hiller.
Yes.
That one, for me, the biggest upset of the night. I was not expecting Jeff Hiller at all. I was just like, that is one where I'm just shocked that like the show even got a nomination. It deserves it. And when he won, I truly like fell to my knees. I was just in my apartment like, what?
And I saw later all of the reactions of the other nominees being like,
everyone was just happy for him. Like, it was just all queer people being like, yes, this is what is deserved.
And I saw a lot of people on Twitter being like, oh my God, the guest stars on 30 Rock episodes are having a night.
Yes. It was a guest star on 30 Rock night.
Yeah.
I did love Tina Fey. And she just made me go, I wish you were hosting.
Right. It's just sometimes when you see like a polished, sharp set of jokes.
Yeah.
Mwah.
You're just like, oh, what we could have. So I want to ask, obviously, about your win. I know it's your 5th one.
Oh my gosh.
Probably boring at this point, but what did it feel like? And going in, did you have some doubt this year?
We really were thinking hard because we were like, okay, SNL had the 50th season. There were probably a lot of eyes on the show. You know, what could happen? Could there be like some fatigue for us and wanting to reward the 50th season? So going in, I was like, I feel okay, but it could go. I felt it was 50-50. I sort of felt it was 50-50. Like at my best, I was like, maybe it's 51-49 us, like wanting to put a little zhuzh on us. And I went with my boyfriend, and so he's a very great +1. That's its own special set of skills to be an award show +1. And it was really nice. Oh, so we always put our names in a hat to see who's going to make the speech. And I've always said, I never want to make the speech. That's just like too much pressure to come up with like one nice joke.
Yeah, you don't need to put your name in?
And then remember like 15 names. I'm like, that's too much. But so this year, more people were putting their name. And I was like, well, I can't be the only person that doesn't put. So I was more nervous that my name was going to be picked to give the speech than if we won. Yeah. And so it wasn't me. So I didn't have to prepare for that. Yeah. But then I was like, oh my gosh, I've already won because I don't have to do the speech.
Anytime people are like, I dream about giving that speech, I'm like, oh no, I think about vomiting. I would get up there and vomit, or I'm like, I'm going to turn around and walk away and fall on my face. Something's going to go wrong.
It feels like, I think I feel a lot of pressure to like have one really great joke, and like, you know, comedy writers like, oh yes, we're going to talk about this. I've always joked like, I don't want to give the speech for the WGA awards either, because I would just get up there and just start talking about the health insurance and be like, I had leukemia, it saved my life. Like, this health insurance is amazing. Like, shout out to Blue Cross Blue Shield. Like, you know.
They're pretty good.
You know, so I don't even know what I would say, and I would say something wrong, and like I would get up there and like shoot my shot with Colin Farrell. Like it would not be.
I would absolutely be calling out people I see. I would get one laugh and just be like, okay,
I'm up here. I'm up here now. Right. So the pressure of that being off was good for the night, and then once you win, if you win, you can just sort of chill. Like all the way up into it, you really are like, okay, 5 categories left. And then, you know, someone comes by and they're like, in 2 commercial breaks is going to be your category. Oh. So everyone's sort of like, is it us? Is it us? And then there's a site online that's like a betting site that does the odds. And so they usually get the order of the categories. So I knew who was presenting for us before the show. So I was like, okay, they just said coming up next, Alan Cumming and Kathy Bates. Yeah. We're coming up, and then once you're sort of after that, then you have the melee of all the backstage stuff, which we've talked about before. And then when you finally get back to your seat, you're like, I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I've been posing for pictures, I have my award, I can just sit and enjoy. But we missed some things being backstage.
Right.
So
you would have missed. Oh, I can't remember what was that.
Yeah, we missed Kristen Milanotti.
Yes.
We missed the
another good win.
We missed the In Memoriam. And we were like huddled in an alcove before they let us go back to our seats for the commercial break. And we saw Stephen Graham, and that was nice. But it was like we were like trying to peer like over security guards' heads that were keeping us back. And then we saw Colbert from sort of the same position. And so our little alcove just started chanting, Steven, Steven. And then we went back to our seats. And this year also there was extra security because of recent events, TM. So it was also like a little hectic to navigate getting there, leaving, getting around.
It didn't even occur to me that they'd be like, we should have
some extra security.
We should have,
yeah. So there was a lot for us. The whole day was a lot of like, we have to get in the car earlier. We have to get through security line. We have to show this ID and show that. And like, we're rightfully very strict, but sometimes that you feel a little like, I'm being jostled through a little bit, but understandable.
Yeah. In the back, like, is there an area sort of where like all the winners get to like hang out together?
So what you you go up on stage, you do the speech, you go off stage. They tell you like, if you win, go this direction or follow this person. The award they give you is like a dummy one. It's real. It doesn't have the nameplate, but they're like, you're gonna give this back, like right when you get backstage, and you basically like go through like a little maze, and then you go and you get your award. You sign a big book with your name in it, and they give you one. And then you walk by like where all the press is sitting, all the publicity people are sitting, and then you do a portrait for the Emmy magazine. Right. And so this year, our show had won for talk. So the producers did their award and then immediately sat down, and we're like, where are you guys? And they're like, oh, we're going to go backstage. If you win, we're going to go backstage with you and do it all together. So instead of like the 12 writers, it was like the 12 writers and the 12 producers.
Yeah.
So all of our pictures were all like,
you had a huge crew. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a giant crew because it was our producers, some of our researchers, as well as all the writers. So then you get your award, you do a portrait. Sometimes you do a portrait for Emmy Magazine, which you're in like a West Elm showroom and you all have to squeeze in. And then you go and you do photos. They have like a thank you cam that's backstage if you didn't get to thank anyone.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, and that's usually like on the Emmys website. And so one year, or it was maybe my first or second year, it was the same day as my younger brother's birthday. Oh. So I gave him a thank you, and everybody else was like, yeah, we don't have a thank you, so I guess happy birthday to Ali's brother. Happy birthday. And he like posted it on his Facebook. He's like, I got a shout out.
That's so cool.
And then
I'm sorry, Emmys, you need to tell people about this because I would go on the website and watch every single one of these.
Yes, they're great. Like the little thank you, you're just like backstage, like, this person, you know, like
I'm the person who's like, I want to hear you thank your high school drama teacher.
Yes, exactly. And then, and like one year, I think I thanked the oncology team, my hospital. So they were super excited. They're like, oh, you have to send us that. And then you go on stage and John will take questions. So there's press in the room. And then this year they had people that were there virtually. So like every third question was like piped in. So suddenly you would hear a voice. They're like, hello from Australia. And you're like, oh my gosh. And there's a clip from that I think has like escaped containment a little bit. One of the press people asked John, they phrased the question in a way that made John think that Colbert had lost.
Yeah.
And so John was like, did he lose? And the person had to be like, well, if he does. And we're like, wait, what is your question?
Like, if he were to lose, do you think it's because...
like what do you make of the... And so John was like, well, if he loses, that's terrible. If he wins, that's great. Let's hope he wins. And
I felt like he was going to win. That one felt like I was like, Hollywood is going to come together and be like, no.
Please do this. And then you walk back through. It's like, you might be walking through like a parking garage or like up and down escalators. Like you're really making the trek. And then they bring you back into the theater and hold you somewhere until a commercial break. And then they let you go back to your seat. So you are gone for like 25 minutes. Like you're gone for a good amount of time. Yeah.
This just sounds like a speed race.
Like one of the pieces of advice I got, if anyone's ever going to an award show, they're like, wear shoes you can walk a mile in because you will have to do that like multiple times.
Yeah. Unless you're a loser. Then go high heels.
Then do whatever.
Yeah, do whatever. So after the Emmys, there's like so many after parties. Like you get invited to certain ones. Is there like a winner after party? How do you decide?
So I don't think I'm famous enough to go to like several parties. But so afterward, there's the governor's ball, which is like thrown by the Academy and I think like the state of California, maybe. Probably. And that is like and it's like I think almost everyone who goes to the ceremony can go to the governor's ball, and it's a big, huge thing in like the convention center. There's like a band, like a huge giant band. They're really great. And there's food and drinks and you go because they put on the band on your award. And so when you get it, it's blank. Like they just have like a wall of them. And then you go and you give them your name and they put them on. And this was actually the first year that we were able to do that, like at the governor's ball. Because the first year I went, it was COVID year, so everything was scaled back. And then I've been to 2 creative arts ceremonies where they're like, man, we'll just send you your thing.
Those are.
We'll figure it out.
Which,
and then
I want to say a lot of people were confused because people were like, what do you mean the Emmys are this weekend? Didn't they happen last weekend? I saw like, oh, Sean from the Pitt won an Emmy. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Nobody cared. So there's the creative arts Emmys. That's the weekend before. And then the regular Emmys.
Yes.
And previously, more of the awards that were at the creative arts Emmys were at the regular Emmys, and they mixed it up. Some people were mad about this. I was, because we're there to see the awards.
Yes.
But yeah.
Like our category rotates. So one year it'll be creative arts, one year it'll be primetime. And then other category, and the creative arts is 2 nights. So it's like so many more awards, and it's documentary and short subject and lots of other
animated shows.
Lots of very cool things. And then the last time I went to the primetime was it was January of last year. So it was the makeup from the strikes because the strikes postponed the Emmys, and our category was not in the primetime, but it should have been. And so we were all like, oh, that's a bummer, but I guess we'll go to creative and, we'll have a great time. And there was some machinations because the guild, the hosts, a lot of different people were like, the writing award should be in the primetime if it's supposed to be. And the rumor, this is all very rumor, but it was on the Emmys were on Fox for that ceremony, and Fox didn't have a show in that category.
Oh.
So they were like moving things around so they could hopefully have more televised wins for their shows. But so there were calls made and all kinds of things. And so we got a call like the day before we were supposed to leave for the creative arts, like, you're going to be in the prime time now. And so we had to do all of our travel. We had to fix my boyfriend was coming with me. He called off of work for that weekend. So he's like, I have to call and get another weekend off work.
Yeah.
And we were like standing in Nordstrom, like buying him a shirt. And he was like, I have to go call my boss. He's like, is this really happening? I have to go. We have to do. And so we were all like texting and calling each other. And we're like, okay, it's happening. So we like threw down the shirt and like went home. Cause he was like, I have to call my boss and get the next weekend off. And he's like, they've already made the schedule. But it's those weird things that were like, all right, I guess we're prime time. So all that is encompassed in Governor's Ball, getting your plate.
I do want to say, how happy are you that it says HBO Max and not just Max?
HBO Max.
I think like I'd be so mad. I mean, you have one with Max, do you?
No, because we're on HBO.
Oh, because you're on HBO. Yeah,
We're not
just on Max.
Just on Max.
Right.
It's not HBO. It's HBO Max.
Right.
And yeah, so I think my brain sometimes filters out what I don't want to see.
Because this just says HBO.
So I have what I see here is very different than maybe what actually is on this. And they have a very fancy man in a tuxedo with white gloves will gingerly put on the screws to put your plate on. Also at the Governor's Ball, they might hand you like a bottle of wine that says Emmys. This year it was a bottle of Johnny Walker that says Emmy winner. They gave you that as you were like leaving, where they put on the band. And then HBO nominees and winners go to the HBO Max Emmys party. And that is a very fun party. And I go home and change. I do an outfit change. Always gotta have an outfit change.
You have to have an outfit change.
And so we arrived at the party like as it was like peaking. Like you could not like move. But the second we were in the hotel room as we were changing, and my boyfriend had an outfit change, and we were like, we are so hungry. Why didn't we eat at the Governor's Ball? Why didn't we eat anything?
Oh, did they have food at the ceremony this year?
No.
Okay. Wasn't there a year they had like very disappointing like boxes?
There have been cheese and charcuterie boxes that are just sitting there for you. That you're like, how long has this? That was my first year, COVID year. So who knows what they were doing?
Yeah.
But it was like great to have some crackers or something, some dried fruit, and they do the Emmys in the Peacock Theater. and you can go to the concession stand in the bar. So my boyfriend got popcorn and like a big Coke, like he's going to the movies. And they had like special Emmy cocktails. So I got special permission from the medical team to have a celebratory cocktail. And I bought gummy bears. We're like, this will be for good luck.
Okay, that's cute.
Yeah,
I feel like.
but I don't think they have like food. I think like there is a clip of like, what's the name? Selena Gomez's fiance, Benny Blanco, eating like a salad or like a bento box of like chips or something, chips and dip.
And then I think after he was like, oh no, I learned, like I brought this.
Yeah. This is another tip that I learned for award shows or any sort of gala event. You have your little clutch and you just have like your phone, your ID, your lipstick. Your plus one should carry a tote bag.
Ooh.
And in the tote bag, we had some snacks. We have fans.
Yeah.
We maybe have an emergency shoe change, an emergency flip flop.
Yes.
And we put the bag for the Emmy in that. So you have your plus one. And so I make my boyfriend or whoever's my plus one carry like a Telfar that like coordinates with their outfit.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, this is deliberate, but it is also
nice.
all of my stuff. And then you can like drop your clutch in it if you need to, or like if you to go backstage, I can just drop all my stuff in it and then go up on stage. So it's a very convenient
winner's bag.
A winner's bag. You've got to be ready with your winner's bag. Telfar if you're out there.
Honestly,
I've carried it on the red carpet.
An Emmy edition Telfar?
I would love an Emmy edition Telfar.
I feel like every Black person at the Emmys would want that.
Yes. My mom was saying last night, she was looking at if we could show on camera, my bag it says like property of a medical company.
Yeah,
like
it's like property of McKesson. It's not glamorous.
No, it is like carrying an IKEA bag.
Yes.
And my mom was like, Dior should make one and give them to all the winners.
Yes.
I was like, they give out so many. That would be nuts.
I feel like Telfar could get it done. Like they do those cute like shopping bag ones now.
Right. I'm like, you get the dimensions of the box. We can do Telfar. Get at me.
At least just for the Black people.
Yeah, come on. There's always a couple of us up there.
Yeah.
We could do something.
At least like 10.
Yeah.
Come on.
Maybe.
That feels hopeful.
That feels high.
That felt high.
So at the HBO party, when we rolled up, there was a stand and it was like an LA something, but I didn't know the name I don't remember the name, doing smash burgers and fries.
Ooh.
And the fries were like McDonald's fries type fries.
Yeah.
And just like big smash burgers with like all the toppings. And we were like, we are going to stand here.
Yeah.
And both demolish a smash burger. We ate one going in and we're coming out.
That's exactly what I would do.
Yeah. So yeah, on the HBO party there this year also there's like where the area, it's like there's a fountain in the middle of this like courtyard. This year they drained the fountain and filled it with ice and champagne bottles. And so at one point I like went to the bar sort of toward the end of the night and I was like, can I just have one glass of champagne? Like I was really, and he was like, you can pull one out of the river of champagne. And he was like, I'll give you a glass. So we literally went and was like a Willy Wonka of champagne and pulled a champagne bottle and I drank from the glass. My boyfriend finished the bottle.
I'm not ready for the Emmys because I would have been leaving with a Telfar bag
full of it. Right.
Yeah.
And they really, I think they would be fine with that.
Yeah, I would have just,
Yeah.
And I'm at home the next day being like, for all my friends.
Yeah. And then the other like sort of special thing this year was also, they really were into slippers. A lot of slippers like on your way out of all the different venues. And so it's like, that's smart. That's really smart.
I am a flip-flop in my bag girl.
Yeah, so they were branded different things, but I definitely like put some slippers in the Telfar.
Yeah. Any other like nice little gifts you got?
I think those were, like the food is always great. They had a candy room that you could get a little bag of candy.
I guess it's not like the Oscars or Grammys where like all the winners get like a giant gift bag.
I think there is a gifting suite. I just don't think I'm famous enough.
John is there. John's getting
John was there. Right. So that was also some of the discussions of like, I think we got to get a little more famous.
A little more.
I think this is the year to pivot into the next year. I got to really pivot. Hopefully, if we get nominated again, we get to go again. We can pivot into slightly more famous, slightly more
You're
parties.
getting nominated. Do you even at this point have like, oh, it's not gonna? Okay. I mean, I feel like at this point, like you're the only show left doing what you do.
Yeah, that's scary.
It is very scary.
It's very scary. That can be very intimidating. And you know, we want there to be other people doing comedy, doing topical comedy, political comedy, even just like late night joke writing in and of itself.
Yeah.
Like it's good for everyone if we have an outlet where we can laugh at things. And you know, people were talking to me and other writers in the show of like, they're really glad that our show exists and we talk about the topics that we talk about. And I'm just like, I just want there to be more of this because I really like doing this. So I want as many people and my friends to be able to write jokes and express themselves and talk about what's going on in the world. And like the pressure to be off of, well, this show or this person has to like carry all of our hopes and dreams and hold everything accountable. It's like, I think we need a bunch of people applying pressure.
Where as soon as something happens, it's like, how is John Oliver going to explain this to liberals? And it's like, maybe we spread it out.
Yeah, like a couple more people talk to liberals. Yeah, like I don't know if that
maybe
has to be all us.
Got that right when they were like, let's have a lot of crazy people who talk, and not just put it all on like one person. And you know,
and you know, you want your friends to be at these parties with you, and you want people. I had a really nice moment. I ran into Josh Johnson, the comedian, and we used to do. He did stand up and improv, and I did improv at a theater that was like over a really crappy bar in Wrigleyville. Like the train would go by, and it's like to now see each other at the HBO party, like that's wonderful. And like we all should get to have, hopefully in your career, that you get to have those moments where you get to see yourself there, but also see your friends there and like people you came up with. Like it's just as exciting, you know, to see. We were in the line to do the photos, and I saw Dwayne Perkins, and we did Second City at the same time. We did fellowships, you know, Second City. We've worked together on things, and it's like
my first time ever doing a real stand-up show at the Laugh Factory. It was a show he was on. And I was like, oh my God, I'm actually on a big deal show because like Dwayne
Perkins is here.
And seeing him like get best dressed also from Vogue.
Yes, that was incredible. And it was such a good outfit.
My heart was exploding.
Such a good outfit.
Just, like glowing, like so happy for him.
I saw like his Instagram in the car on the way there, and I was like, God damn, you fucking did it.
Yes.
This is how you do it. And also like for men to have like a fun look and all accessories. To do something different.
It's usually just Coleman Domingo.
Yes.
Like, come on.
But again, it's like, we got to get queer Black people on the carpet. Because I also want to shout out Ryan Ken. Because they ended up in a bunch of roundups.
I was going to say, Ryan's outfit, the matching mask, everything.
We have an outfit group chat. And we're always tracking each other's shipping and purchases. And there was some drama to get all the pieces of Ryan's outfit. And then when it was there, we all were like, yes, this is what it had to be.
Yeah.
There was no other option.
Always this.
This is beautiful.
But I love just how supportive this Emmys felt because viewers, I don't know that you carried that energy of supportiveness. What I'm seeing is a lot of divisiveness, mostly between fans of The Pitt and Severance.
Right.
And mostly Severance fans. What's wrong? What's
wrong
with you guys?
I was like, is it ending and they have to like get the awards now? Like,
no, they got another season coming.
Okay.
It's already in production. They got nominated for like award-winning number of Emmys. I think they got like 8. They won a ton of them. They had a historic win with Tramel, and people are still like, no, it wasn't enough. The Pitt snubbed them. And the Pitt didn't even win that many awards.
I think the Pitt won 5.
Yeah.
And then Severance won 8.
8.
Yeah.
8, yeah.
So you won more. You won
one more
awards.
And I'm sorry, but Noah Wyle deserved it. I don't care if it was a career Emmy. He deserved a career Emmy.
And I think he deserved an Emmy for the Pitt.
And for the Pitt.
Real television.
His performance. Just the episode of him with, I'm assuming you watched it.
Yes, yeah.
With him breaking down in the children's room.
Yes, I told him at the HBO party, I was like, we were talking, he was like, what else can we do? And I was like, more of Dr. Robbie crying.
Yes, more Dr. Robbie.
More Dr. Robbie crying. I was like, more gore, personally, and more detailed explanations about Medicare and insurance.
Yes.
I think the fans want to see.
People love that.
Yeah.
I personally loved when they'd be like, well, actually, the way that this works is we cannot give this girl an abortion because, and I was like, wow. I'm learning.
It is factual.
Okay, I love a show that lives out and is educating me, and it's perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, Severance. You're just going to have to make do with your 8 Emmys.
Right. And it's like, again, I just was like, if they're doing more episodes,
they're going to
get more things. There's more stuff coming.
Yeah.
I think personally, the Pitt was like the most like word of mouth spreading show where like one person would say, and then suddenly like your whole office was watching or like your whole friend group. And then I just was walking around. Everyone I would talk to would be like, are you watching the Pitt? You got to watch the Pitt.
Yeah, you got to watch it. It's so good. It took me a while to start it. And I think 4 episodes were out. I binged those and was like, yeah, I'm in the Pitt.
Yeah.
I'm in the Pitt now. Like,
yeah, I fell into the Pitt.
Yeah. I like.
Call me Mouse Rat because I'm in the Pitt.
Because I'm in the Pitt. Like, I immediately loved it. And I do, though, I feel like Severance is one of those shows that locks in like Mad Men and is going to be an award favorite for the entire time it's on the air. And I do think The Pitt is one of those shows that like it's winning now. And when it's in its 4th season, people are still going to love it. But it isn't going to be that like award favorite anymore. It's not going to feel as like new and exciting. But Severance is going to be nominated from here until its final episode.
Right. And I also think like it also, to me, it's like this argument is like false because they're both on streaming services. They're both like prestige-y kind of shows. So it's like, it's not even like something where it's like, oh, it's a network something versus like an ABC, CBS, like network, whatever, versus like a streaming service that you're like, you can only get this on Fwopo. Like you have to if you watch it on Fwopo, you'll love it. But it was like, these are shows that are like in parallel.
Yeah.
And like all of these streaming shows, like they're in conversation with each other because you're seeing like on something like Severance of like, we're going to take time between seasons and we're going to have this sort of like lore and mythology that grows. And then you have something like The Pitt where it's like, we're going to do 15 episode seasons, a season a year, a big writer's room.
Episode a week.
Like they're all interacting with each other. They probably don't see each other as rivals.
No, yeah.
But like,
I would even guess probably there's people who work on Severance who are friends with people who work on The Pitt.
Right.
Yeah,
maybe.
Probably.
Like, but it's, that's the thing is like, I think sometimes the fans don't see it as like, oh, we're all colleagues.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and it's weird for me to be like, we're colleagues with this on the table, but also just like, at a certain point, it's like a job.
Yeah.
Like, are you really working at your job at Walmart being like, those motherfuckers at Target, they think they're going to have
so much better.
They're going to have the best sales. It's like, no, you're just like, oh, these are people that do the same thing that I do.
Yeah.
And like, I'm glad we all have a job.
And
I'm glad we all have a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I am certain Adam Scott, who was in ER at the beginning of his career, was so happy to see Noah Wyle take that award.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the beauty of it. I like Coleman Domingo presented that award. He was Patrick Ball's theater teacher. It's just, there's all these little fun connections. So it's just a room of love. And then the fans are like, we hate them.
Yeah.
And honestly, the real snub was Paradise. So
okay,
yeah.
all right,
yeah,
start that conversation.
And you know what Paradise fans are doing? We're just sitting back, and we know we'll be back. Okay, I know I'm gonna be back.
Yeah,
I'm not worried. Okay, I look who's on my team.
Don't worry about it.
Okay,
don't worry about it.
Yeah, so that's what we do. We're adults. We watch still primetime broadcast television. It's it's on a real network. So how about that? So before we get into our watch list,
yes,
anything else that you think the people need to know about the Emmys?
Wow, what did the people need to know about the Emmys? I'm trying to think. I mean, this year, I think something that I did notice is a lot of people were really willing to like have a little deeper conversation if you ran into them at a party. Like it just felt like, like people were having like moments really connecting with people. And even if you saw someone like at the hotel or like in the airport, like if you said hello or something, like I just had a lot of experiences of people like really taking the time to be like, what you do is great. I want to talk to you about what you do, but also like you're a person and let's chat. Like ran into Kate Flannery, famous for The Office. But I was like, "You're on Dancing with the Stars," and I love Dancing with the Stars. And we like talked about Dancing with the Stars for like 15 minutes. My boyfriend was like, "What's happening?" And then, she was talking about touring with Dancing with the Stars. And I was like, "Oh, I used to tour with Second City." She's like, "I toured with Second City." So it was just like a very cool, like nice moment to connect with people. I think there was really a sense of like this year we're like, oh, we can breathe a bit because we're not in a strike. We're not just coming out of a strike.
Yeah, it feels like, okay, like we're kind of back on our footing.
Yeah,
like,
we're back making television. Everyone's happy. And on like the Pitt conversation, everyone I talked to from the Pitt was just like the biggest sweetie.
Oh, yeah.
Having so much fun.
They're
really enjoying themselves.
Biggest cast of sweethearts. I mean, Noah Wiley, one of the strike people who, he was not a captain or anything, but he was just always there. If you talk to him, he was like, "What do you do? Who are you?" And I'm just like, "Oh yeah, I write for an Adult Swim animated show that was only released online." And he was like, "You start somewhere. You always start somewhere."
Yep.
And I'm just like, "My mom loves you." And he's like, "You want a FaceTime her?"
Yeah.
He offered.
Perfect.
He's an angel.
Yeah.
Every Emmy, give it to him.
So I think it just was like a year. I think there was a little bit of a breath of like, okay, there's good stuff being made. There's good people working. We want to see everybody do well. Let's just hang out and have a good time.
Yeah.
And I'm also really fine tuning exactly what kind of shoes I need to wear.
Yeah.
And I need those people from Spanx that made the sneaks to keep innovating. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Spanx, call me. Sneaks, call me. Telfar, call me. We're
Yes.
really trying to get the collabs.
Yeah. Yes, please. As someone who hopes to someday be there, I want this ready to go.
Yes.
You paved a way.
Yes.
So can I pick it up?
Oh, absolutely.
I personally do not believe that I would be able to hold this while giving a speech. I think
give
it's
it
heavy.
a try. It is heavy.
Not that bad, but I do know that within 30 seconds, my hand would start shaking and my friends would make fun of me.
Yes. And the real thing is, okay, we can do it for the speech. We now have to walk from the Peacock Theater to the LA Convention Center.
Right.
And then walk around that party and then walk from the convention center to where the car pickup is. Yeah. Back at the Peacock, basically.
This is why a +1 is necessary.
Yeah. Oh. This is why the bag is necessary.
Wow.
There were the logistics were kind of wild there because of the extra security. Yeah. So there was
this is your fifth time.
Right. Yeah. So there was a lot of, waiting, going through security, all kinds. So you were there really trying to keep your feet in your shoes.
Yeah, I would definitely be shaking and my friends would be like, "Wow, I lift much?" So, yeah. And now we're going to get into our watch list. So what are you watching?
Real Housewives of Salt Lake City just came back.
Yes, fresh back.
I got to dive in, but that is, if you're looking really for somewhere to join the Real Housewives, Salt Lake City is that girl.
I believe, I was disappointed by Atlanta, and I think Salt Lake is maybe just going to be the one I move forward with.
Salt Lake is taking it.
Until someone tells me Atlanta's worth getting back into, I think I'm just on Salt Lake right now.
Salt Lake is taking it. We also binged The Paper.
What'd you think?
I liked it. The second you stop thinking of it as an Office spinoff, it's a great show.
It's a great show.
Domhnall Gleeson is a great physical comedian. He does so many silly crawling around, dancing things.
He's so good.
So good.
Sabrina Yakatora from White Lotus. She was so good in it.
So funny.
I thought she immediately just picked up this weird Robert California energy and made it her own.
Yes.
Loved that.
You can't watch it thinking it's related anyway to The Office.
As soon as they had Oscar stop going, "Remember Phyllis?"
Yeah.
Then it's good. And they stopped that after the third episode.
And I will go so far to say, I think they could cut out the confessionals and just have it be the mockumentary visual style, and it would work just as well, if not even better.
Even better.
Yeah. We also binged in a weekend, Long Story Short.
Oh, yes. I also watched that in a day.
It is so good.
I loved it.
So good.
people moved on really quickly from it. And I was just like, hey guys, I feel like it really kind of does like what you probably want from BoJack. Like,
yes, and so funny and so emotional and sweet. And like in my family, I have 2 brothers. I'm in the middle, so I was like, oh, those dynamics feel really true. And like I just really, really enjoyed that. And we were just like, oh, let's pop it on. We were like on vacation. We're like, oh, we'll pop it on. And we were like, yeah, we got to get back to the room to watch the rest of this show.
I was like, this seems whatever. Like, I watch every animated show that ever comes out. I'm the only person upset that the Great North is ending. So I was just like, sure, put it on. And I'm sobbing by the end of it and was just like, this is beautiful. Like, I want to read these scripts. This was gorgeous.
It's really, really well done. Like, you're like, wow, this was... They wrote this. They wrote the fuck out of this. And then they went and acted the fuck out of it. Amazing. Last one, wild card pick, The Devil's Plan. It is a Korean reality show on Netflix. There's 2 seasons. And it is the most like esoteric and complex puzzles and games. And all of the contestants are like professional poker players, lawyers, engineers, like they're all smart people. They always throw like one actor in just to be like, I'm here. And they all have to play like cutthroat, incredibly complicated puzzles and games.
Oh.
And if you like lose the puzzles and games, you like get sent to jail where you have to do harder, different puzzles. And like in the house where they stay, if you like solve riddles that are like on the walls, it like opens secret compartments and you go in and do a challenge and do like and get ridiculous like advantages. But it's a show where my boyfriend is not a board game person and he's like, I can't even, this is why are they still explaining rules? And I'm like, shh, I have to know about the corollary if the player that goes third is not the one with the most points. So if you're a board game, a puzzle, even if you're like watching Survivor and you're like, I wish these puzzles were more complicated, The Devil's Plan.
Okay, this feels like what I need. Because Destination X was like the recent sort of game that I feel like people were
that's like more like escape room.
Yeah. And it's like escape room mixed with the one where you like travel places.
Yeah. This one is it's more like Survivor, Big Brother, but really intense puzzles.
But this one, the puzzles were so easy. It would be like,
oh no, these I'm like, I really want to play them, but I would lose immediately. Like a lot of them involve math and like maps.
Destination X was just like, so we're in a black forest and this country is known for a dessert based on the Black Forest. Where could we be?
Oh no, this one is like, you will be given an addition symbol, a multiplication symbol, and a division symbol. You will also be dealt 2 numbers. Arrange the numbers from highest to lowest and then play those as a poker hand. Like, it's wild.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch that as
really
soon as I'm back home. That's what I'm obsessed with.
I'm really glad.
I will get some on my watch list.
Oh yeah.
I started Beauty and the Bester. On Netflix. It is the latest scammer doc. It is about a man known as the Facebook rapist. This is in South Africa, and he was arrested for tons of rape and then a murder. He got life in prison and then mysteriously commits suicide in his prison cell by lighting himself on fire.
Whoa.
In a solitary confinement cell.
I will be tuning in.
Yes. And does it turn out that while he was in prison, there were a lot of women still visiting him who were still in love with him? And perhaps one was a very famous Instagram doctor who might have helped him fake his death? You gotta watch. But yeah. It is Instagram scammers. They have gotten so much smarter. How she managed to get a body and do all, you just go watch. It is.
I'm thrilled.
It's wild.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah. And then the guy gets, it's worth the watch.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am going to say The Great North because I think it just aired its series finale.
Oh.
There wasn't confirmation from Fox, but that finale, me and the 3 other Great North fans discussed this. We thought it felt really final. They like really kind of celebrated all the characters and what they've done. And I love The Great North, so if you could not cancel it, it's great. It's Bob's Burgers, The Great North, and Crepopolis is a really good lineup that you have, Fox. I know you like to cancel your animated shows after 4 to 5 seasons, but you gave Crepopolis 5 seasons already, so like It's really good. Okay, Gabe DeLahey, your episode was amazing. Episode 11 before the finale, just the penultimate.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, I love your show and I appreciate it. Thank you for inviting me into your writer's room even for one. I got to visit and see a read through. So if you guys could watch it on Hulu, could help. Maybe. Yeah. It's good. Mm-hmm. It's good. And then honestly, I feel like TV's been kind of slow right now.
It's the summer.
Yeah. There isn't a lot. I've already told you about King's Court, which just had its finale and is a weird show.
Yeah. I watched a little bit of the one with the Real Housewives.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if I could do this with men.
Yeah, no. It's not worth it. I will say one of the men ends it by going, none of these women, I don't deserve them. And so I'm just going to leave alone. And that was the best thing I've ever seen a man do in a reality show.
Would love to see it.
Yeah.
I'm interested in that.
And then I will also put Acapulco on the watch list,
Ooh.
which also just aired its finale. It's on Apple TV. I know you've never heard of it because they don't tell you. But it's so funny. It had 4 seasons. You get a nice, neat ending. It is hilarious. I don't even... It just is like the most joyous comedy on TV, I feel like.
Oh.
You know, it's about these people running a hotel in Mexico, and it's partially set in the 80s, and then it's them now, like, reminiscing on the 80s. And it's just really sweet and cute and meta in some fun ways. You know, it comes on with Platonic. So also should be on your watch Platonic.
I got to fire up the Apple TV again.
There's a lot going on Apple TV. Slow Horses is back. Smoke Happened, which... Because of a future guest we have, I'm going to tell you to put that on your watch list too.
Okay.
Smoke had Journey Smollett, and she's great in it.
Yeah.
Odd show.
Okay.
If you watch it like a comedy, it's hilarious.
Oh.
But is it supposed to be a sad show about somebody who's burning a lot of buildings down?
Oh, no.
Yeah, but it's actually like a very funny satire on masculinity.
Okay, all right. Firing up the Apple TV.
Yeah. I'm just going to say Apple TV. That's the watch list this week because that's really all I've been enjoying. And then, there is another doc I'll give you because I know you love my doc recs. I'm going to get the name. I'm going to ask somebody on here to Google it for me right now. Horses and Hangmen is the name of it. Yep. Thank you to my producer, Ashley. It's a Dutch true crime doc about this man who goes missing. He's found dead. And it turns out there is this like beautiful genius woman who convinced a group of people to murder a man. And it just like goes into how she manipulated this like little group of people in a town to be like, she's right, murder.
You know what?
And it's amazing.
We celebrate women's rights. We love women's wrongs.
Horses and Hangmen, and I'm in awe of this woman.
Good for her.
Women in dominated fields,
good for her.
Good for her. I actually, the guy they killed is like he was a sweet, nice guy. No. But if she had used that power for good,
you got to, you get a freebie and then see where the murder can take you.
See where the murder can take you.
Yeah.
But pretty good. There was a reason that I downloaded Paramount Plus. Thirst Trap. This is it. My final one. You have to watch Thirst Trap on Paramount Plus. I truly got my mom's Walmart Plus account so I could get Paramount Plus for free just to watch this. It is about this guy who became TikTok famous. You might remember him. He was singing old songs and looked hot, and everyone's like, he's the internet's boyfriend. He's so dreamy. And it's about how after his initial fame, there was this group of 40 to 50-year-old women who became obsessed with him, started a cult around him basically, and gave him hundreds of thousands of dollars. The weird balance of being this influencer who depends on people like this for your living, but also you're only 19 and you didn't go to college. And so mentally you're still the 17-year-old who got famous. And just these people who have husbands and children, but are
giving thousands of dollars
in their time. Not also being so yeah, I, put an ad campaign together to promote his YouTube channel just so that he could get more views. And I did that and just not getting paid. This guy's I didn't know her.
Okay. I would love a street team. So
yeah,
if you're
we'll love
out
a street
there
team, but
and you're obsessed, I got maybe
don't be so obsessed with me that you show up at my mom's house.
Yeah, no, I don't want that. But
harass my sister.
I'd love some guerrilla marketing.
Yeah. But I just feel I don't understand modern obsession. The way people are with Severance in the Pitt and people on Love Island, I don't get it. And I thought it was just children. And it turns out, no, it is grown adults, and Thirst Trap terrifies me for the future.
I think there always were adults that were like very obsessed with celebrities or musicians or whatever, but they did not have an outlet to find other people.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, we have our one weird person in the town whose house is a shrine to like Michael Jackson or Celine Dion, and now they can form a Discord server and work together to make, I don't know, financial decisions, policy change.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Whatever they're into.
That's really what they're doing. These women like truly got together, and then he ended up sleeping with one of the women who like, and they're all adults, but then other fans got mad that he slept with one of the fans because they were like, why her? Not me. And so they like tried to figure out some local like statute where this woman lived to be like, no, actually it's illegal that they slept together because she was going through a divorce but wasn't divorced yet.
Oh my God.
And they were like, because he's from Canada and there's this old law technically, and everyone was just
right.
like,
The second you're like quoting like legalese from like 1640 where they're like, a property of a woman shan't be
shared. And then everyone's like, yeah, but they were just in Florida. So but absolutely worth it. And just, I love docs that get into the scary side of the internet. And
I'll be tuning in. That also sounds wild.
The other side of it, that there's a generation of kids who have made their money this way. And now they're like hitting 30, 29, and they're like, oh, wait, this isn't going to last forever. And I have no usable skills. What am I going to do? Well, that'll be interesting to see where that goes. Oh, yeah. So that is the watch list. Ali, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for bringing your Emmy.
Oh, of course.
It's gorgeous, so shiny. And where can everybody follow you? What do you got going on?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at WTFlanksteak. I have a new website, alibarthwell.com, so you can check that out. You can always check out Last Week Tonight with John Oliver on HBO.
Which you're watching.
You're aware. And I have a book coming out next year, Reality TV for Snobs.
Ooh.
A guidebook for people who want to watch reality TV but don't have the time. And so that's coming out in the summer of 2026.
Yes.
So be on the lookout.
I'm also going to shout out your recaps for Vulture.
Yes. Well, the Golden Bachelor starts this month. So I will be back. So we're going to take on Mel.
Yes. Your recaps, my favorite thing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. My favorite reading on that last season. And honestly, you maybe need to come back so we can talk about this next season.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We'll talk Golden Bachelor.
That's going to be a mess. But thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. We'll be back next week with another TV I Say. Hey, if you liked this episode, make sure you subscribe to this channel. That's the best way to keep up with new episodes, and there's more here to catch up on. If you want us to talk about your favorite show, leave us a comment.